What's up? So recently, I was pestering my girlfriend to play a game with me. She agreed on one condition. We had to find a game we both enjoyed, something that checked all the right boxes for both of us. So we put a plan together, and our game had to meet the following criteria. 1, minimum violence. She's not really into heavy combat, even though I am. I compromise. 2, base building. She likes to establish a home base before venturing out. That's something I prefer to do as well. 3, visuals. It had to have pleasing visuals, visuals that was just pleasing to the eye. And 4, it had to have farming. She likes to build crops, watch them go, and keep us well fed. For me, I had a secret. I added something. It had to have a reason to explore. I mean, if you can get everything in one area, what's the purpose of having an open world game? So with that in mind, the options were obvious: Stardew Valley, Ark, or Minecraft. All the big heavy hitters, but they all had their drawbacks. Stardew Valley, it doesn't have really any real base building. Yeah, it has farming, but you're basically placing a bunch of pre-made buildings. Then I was like, okay, let's try Ark. Well, Ark had a really big drawback. It's very heavy on combat. I mean, that's the only way to get the animals, to train the animal. You have to fight them or put them to sleep, but they are obviously attacking and anxiety. That's the one thing my girlfriend does not like, is playing games and getting anxiety. So that was out. Okay, so the winner's Minecraft, right? Well, wrong. She's not super techie, so the issue with that is Minecraft looks ugly. And yeah, you could do some graphic packs and make it look nice, but that will require a lot of tech stuff. And in some cases, spending money, which after we bought the game, we don't necessarily want to spend money on it right away. So that one was out too. After I realized, well, I got to do a lot of work, I started dig through Steam. I found a couple possibilities, but I seen this game called SolarPunk, and a few things stood out for me. It checked all the boxes. It seemed like there would be minimum combat, lots of base building, gorgeous graphics, farming, and it seemed like I could drag her out and explore without it getting too dangerous. So it checked all the boxes perfectly. So I whitelisted it. I whitelisted it back in July 2024, but it was scheduled to release sometime in 2025. So I decided to not bring up any more games or anything until it came out, give it a try, basically putting all my money on it. And now it's 2025 and the demo is here and it looks good, but is it worth it?
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Is this not why you are here?
Okay, so before we get started, I wanted to let you guys know that the game was created by 2 people. Ben and Patrick, I believe they're over at Cyberwave, which is a small indie game studio in Germany. So that's cool. Shout out to those guys. Thank you so much for making this, and I can't wait to play your game. Anyways, let's jump on in, see what we got. Yeah, see? Have fun farming, building your home, and flying with the airship. Ben and Patrick. Thank you, Ben and Patrick, for an opportunity to play your game. So in SolarPunk, you'll be able to build your base, farm resources, and harness the power of solar, wind, and water. Anyways, you can customize and explore the world in your own airship, which is cool. I think that's really cool because I'm not sharing. So my girlfriend better have her own airship. We can explore together, but I'm not sharing the same ship. When I'm trying to leave somewhere, you're trying to leave. You're not trying to wait on nobody. Anyways, as I said before, the game releases this year, but obviously we're going to try this demo first before I go recommending it to anybody. You don't notice about me. You guys don't notice about me, but I'm really into simulators. I'm really into crafting games. And I do want to play that more on the channel. I just haven't gotten an opportunity to yet. But okay, so they dropped this in. We have goals at the top. Chop a tree. So it says chop a tree. So we need an axe to do that. Craft it. Boom. Got it. Okay. And do we keep chopping? Nope. We got wood. Okay. Let's see, do we have enough for a pickaxe? No, we need some more stone. So I think that's what we need. I think we're done. Yeah. Craft that. And mine a stone. Okay. All right. Let's got clay, iron. You know what? That makes me think. Can we break this over here and go up a little more? There we go. Now we can go up. Chicken. Over up here. I think there's a grab mechanic. Alright, so we'll set up shop over here. Right here will do just fine. Now we need to craft a hoe. Okay. And craft a crafting bench. Ooh. Let's put our berry bush right here. And we'll put it really cool, I think. Terrain too steep. And it's just a test. We'll just test it out. Alright. And we'll drop that. And now we need to water with fill our can. Ooh. I like that color change. Okay. Next on the list is a research table. Is it raining? Oh, that's so cool. It's just the way it looked. I didn't expect it to rain. Okay. Research table, let's go. We got that, and we'll stick that like on this side of it. Now, build a hammer. Craft that up and build and place a bed. All right. All right, so let me give my first impressions so far. To begin, I think the game looks colorful, vibrant. It kind of reminds me of like a painting almost, or reminds me of my time in Sandrock, like that kind of color palette. It's very nice. It's very nice. I like it. It's not trying to be something that it's not. I really like how the tutorial designed as well. So far, it seems like it actually obstacles in your way, and in order for you to complete them, you have to engage with the tutorial. But they do it all without any dialogue. You just wake up and start playing. It kind of reminds me of like a Soulsborne game, and that approach really lets you immerse yourself in the world and figure things out naturally. You know, it's not handing you anything, but it's not too tough either. I love how everything interacts with the breeze. It's like it's really selling the feeling of being high in the sky. The attention to detail makes the world feel alive to me, which is good. I mean, you want to play, you know, and one of the biggest obstacles or hurdles is making the world feel alive. And right now, at least for the tutorial, it feels alive so far. I mean, you see the tulips, you see things swaying in the wind, you see the water. So also you see that if you fall over the edge, you are going to fall to your death. So that's in there as well. But so far I'm impressed. And you know, usually you'd be more harsh on games and be like, well, that's not enough. But you gotta remember that this game is developed by a team of 2 people. Like you have to, like that's something worth keeping in mind. All right, so I'm gonna give you guys a little more gameplay, and then I'm gonna give you my final thoughts. I mean, it ain't much, you know. We don't have any glass or nothing. It ain't much, but it's honest work. And we'll let it, you know, we're not going to have it inside. We'll let it sit right there. And we need fuel. Okay. Don't you tell me what is our fuel. Can we put a chicken in there? Dang, that sounds crazy. I like it. Okay. Well, we did that. I think we go airship. We need some cloth for it. Yeah. Ooh, decorative packs. My little house could be lit. Be a little lit on the inside. Use that small table. You know what? I want it. And we'll do the cloth. Well, right now. Okay. It should be here. Oh, you use planks to go. Oh, okay. Boom. Now we gotta actually probably make it, which is gonna be a bit of a chore, I think. 40, 20. Yep. Yes, sir. Where is it? Oh, I gotta place. Oh God, I gotta place it. Has to be in the air. How about right there? Huh? Hello. Where's my airship? Oh. Okay. They want me to construct this. Oh my God. Oh. Oh. Oh, we out. Pull it up. We out. All right, house. I'll be back later. Oh, this is actually kind of lit. Wait a minute. I know where we want to go. And that's the dock. That's amazing. Yo, wait. That was crazy. Okay. Wow, that was an experience. All right. Locked in demo. Okay. E. You received energy demo pack. Add to your inventory. Has sprinkler, drill, network display, cable connectors, solar panels, and a windmill. Wow. And this is a merchant platform. Oh boy. Okay. You got it's a lot. This is where we're going to stop. I think I've seen all I needed to see and can give you guys my final thoughts on this. So, is this a good game? Personally, this game checked all our boxes. It had minimum violence. I tested jumping off, starving. I did take fall damage from landing on solid ground, but if you drop from the air, you just respawn. The only creature I had encountered in the demo was a single chicken, but it's not like I got in the airship and went super far or anything like that. So you might encounter monsters, you might encounter enemies you might not. And if they don't have them and they do add them in the future, I doubt they'll be difficult or aggressive. Basically, what I'm saying is the game is likely to maintain its low violence approach, which makes it perfect for kids, or if you're like me, perfect for playing with a partner who doesn't enjoy stressful situations, unless there are things like not enough crops growing or something, you know. So base building, it covered that. As you saw, there's a ton to build, and I didn't even show you everything because I want you to experience some of that for yourself. The house that I built took me about 45 minutes or less, mainly because I was unprepared and was gathering more wood and overall materials to build it. It was a modest size house. It was actually kind of small, but the process did leave me feeling impressed. The visuals, as I said, you know, previously, are crisp, clean, and like they looked fantastic. Everything looked pleasant, or as my girlfriend would say, they looked cute. That's exactly what you want from a game in a cozy genre. You need something very appealing, and take screenshots and share your creation. Overall, I'm very pleased with how the game looks. Farming. SolarPunk definitely checks this box. At one point, I ran out of berries and was starving to death, which was one of my deaths, by the way. Then I remembered I can grow my own berries. Like, I can grow my own food. So once I got my crops going, I was able to feed myself and keep going and sprint and, you know, move and all that stuff. So between the placement of the farming crops, upgrades, the options available after unlocking the airship, farming feels like a solid part of the game, which is, once again, perfect for my girlfriend. Since the game takes place on islands, I know there's plenty of people out there who's going to create their own dedicated farming island. I'm very happy with that. That would give my significant other something to do while I'm off exploring. It means we have something to do that fits both our playstyles. And exploration, it completely checked that box for me. One of the most interesting mechanics is that resources don't seem to grow back unless you actively help them, which forces you to travel between islands to gather materials. Also, like, you know, like trees, they didn't seem to grow back. I had to actually plant trees. The rocks didn't seem to grow back. I'm not sure if you just gotta wait a long period of time or not, but they didn't seem to grow back, which is fine. I guess at some point they have to come back so you don't soft lock yourself. But who knows, maybe you just soft lock yourself and have to start over unless you unlock the airship. But regardless, it gives you a real reason to venture out. I love building a base, then heading out to explore, discover mysteries, and in the case of my last gameplay session, find a merchant's place and potentially buy some cool stuff, which you couldn't do in the demo, but seemed like you'll be able to do it when the game releases. So it's good. But is it worth it? Honestly, I think it is. There are some cons and there's definitely room for improvement. One of those would be, I feel like you need to change the name for when you pick up things that won't be destroyed. They have it right now as demolish, which is, I guess, like just an overarching kind of term, but I would love to see it say pick up, as well as being able to pick it up with your hands and not having to use the axe. That kind of confused me when I was trying to pick up something, and it had me a bit scared to pick it up out of fear that I'd break it, and since I can't create it in the demo, I would be SOL. Another thing that I would like to see them add would be polish on the controller's controls. So my girlfriend likes to play with a controller. She's used to it. And even though I like to play with a keyboard and mouse most of the time, sometimes I just want to put it on the big screen, kick back, and use my controller. And right now the controls seem a little unintuitive. Like I couldn't find how to use them, but I just had to kind of learn. So I would love to see some polish on that. And finally, one of the bigger things I would love to see is a better overall outline for when you're placing items down. I would love for it to be a way to see the whole object so that you can see how you're rotating it. And there was times where I would be facing the sun and you just couldn't see it at all. But even with that in mind, I still believe it's worth picking up. I might be grading it on a bit of a curve here, but considering that this was done by just 2 developers who decided just to go for it, I have to say they did a fantastic job. You know, it didn't feel rushed. It's not too easy, and they have a great atmosphere. I think if it was about $15 to $35, I'd grab it without hesitation. And this is just the demo. All right, so that's all I got for you. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you watched all the way to the end. I hope you guys like this new format. This is more of a scripted kind of format. I hope it wasn't too bad on you, but thank you so much for giving this a watch. Thank you for giving it a like if you did, comment if you did, of course, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. I'll drop a link for SolarPunk's X account. It's where I followed all the development that they were doing, and you should check it out too if you're interested. All right, on to the next.